Susie, Crypto Granny. The date is the 29th of 1st, 2025, and the time in Europe is just 6 p.m. And I want to thank a few people for sending me some videos on cancer treatments. I really appreciate that. So thank you very much, the two Michaels, which are my clients. I really appreciate that. Also, if anyone else has any interesting stuff, please do send it to me, because I'll send it to my dear sick friend who had an important MRI today. So I'm waiting to hear how that is going to happen. But anyway, let's talk about the crypto market. All very exciting. Great things are happening. I've got to tell you, Mr. Trump, whether you like him or hate him or whatever, he is probably God, delivered or signed about 500 or maybe 1,000 executive orders for all sorts of things. And I think, whether you like him or not, I think he's going to be the best president America's ever had. He seems to know what to do, and he wants to run the government and the business and the balance sheet of the Treasury, the US Treasury, like a business. The guy's pretty smart. So before I say that, please, I hope everyone is well. I hope you're looking after yourself, your beautiful family, your beautiful wives, husbands, children, and animals, and looking after people in the world and animals in the environment, just to make this place a better world. Now, the first thing is looking at the finance market. Bank of Canada changed their rates today from 3.25 to 3%. They're in a quantitative easing mode. The FOMC, the expectation is there'll be no change in rates down, even though I believe they should cut rates again. They're too high, okay? The targeted rate at the moment is 4.5 to 4.75, and I think they're way too high, given the fundamentals in the US economy, which are terrible. Everything you look at is shocking at the moment, okay? What else we got here? Oh, and there's a lot of stories about deep seek, okay? I did use it once, but I'm not using it now because the thing doesn't process, cut you out and everything. But also the most important thing is security, and there's a few stories out there. You got to question, where does all that data go when you look up queries, right? This is Chinese-owned, people. This is a security issue, and for that reason, I'm not using it, okay? Because where does all that data go that everyone they download? And there's billions of people downloading DeepSeek. From the West, you can see the problem, okay? It's as simple as that. Now, there's a lot of negativity out there about Bitcoin at the moment. People are expecting more sell down. I don't believe that, because the fundamentals stack up. There is no supply of Bitcoin, one apple in the world, and that's it. To me, to short Bitcoin, you've got to be mad, okay? Plus, Mr. Trump's doing everything to create this rally. So cryptocurrency is still extremely cheap. Even if you buy today, you are not too late. It's as simple as that. So the 24-hour clock for Bitcoin from Crypto Compare opened at this level. The high was 103,389. It's in a very tough squeeze at the moment. People are buying it at 100. This thing's going to break out. I can just look at these numbers and say it's a descending wedge, which is down like that, but then boom, straight up, okay? It's time to buy, seriously. And, roughly, I think Bitcoin's about 103,000, okay? Volume for buying is rising. The exchanges have less and less Bitcoin. It is simple as that. What else we got here, guys? I like this too. This came off X. Great chart here. Estimated leverage of all the exchange for Bitcoin. If people are, borrowing money to buy Bitcoin, you can see that with the this blue or purple, looks more purple, leverage at the moment is at 0.26 according to this. But when we have seen massive sell downs, we've seen leverage about 0.4. So leverage is, it's high, but it's not as high as it's been. So, we go to this here where leverage is right up at 0.35. We did see a sell down, right? But again, here around, what was it, where Bitcoin was, 20,000 or something, in a bigger picture, it's straight up, right? And I think that will continue straight up because there is no Bitcoin left. It's as simple as that. What else we got on this? So let's forget what I put on this, actually. This also, someone's looking at the 72-hour volume using a moving average for Bitcoin, and we are seeing a lot of sell downs, and you can see that through the liquidity ratio that I talk about on live coin watch. But again, liquidity is still at 10 billion. That is huge. Previously, in the last rally, liquidity got to a max of about 6 billion, but this is double-digit liquidity, which is huge. You can see the selling's been quite a lot. They've tried to push Bitcoin down below 99,000, but again, all this sell down, this is now, dissipating, and Bitcoin will be through 110 before we can say Jack Robinson, right? It's as simple as that. What else we got here? Okay, this is very interesting. I don't know the legitimacy of this story, but I will have to follow this out, because if China is now allowed to buy crypto, that's huge, right? And this market, if the market believes it, this, Bitcoin should be at 120 before we can even speak. Okay, but I need to confirm this, because I did see this, and this is huge, right? As you know, China at the moment, doesn't allow citizens in China to buy crypto, but they can go to Hong Kong. So we need to follow this up, but it is huge, okay? What else we got? It's a big one. We need to confirm that, because that's absolutely huge. 1.4 billion people and maybe 20% buy. You can see what I'm talking about. Now, a lot of stories out there about DeepSeek. Apparently, Wiretap Forbes, which is a very legitimate newspaper or magazine, says DeepSeek turned into evil malware maker, researcher finds. Also, they're saying that they stole some of the ChatGPT stuff. Also, people are asking where does the data go? And that's the main important thing, right? Reuters came out, another legit, service provider. Microsoft and OpenAI are probing if data output from ChatGPT makers technology was obtained in an unauthorized manner by a group linked to Chinese artificial intelligence startup DeepSeek. You got to wonder about this. Now, I think this is something, clearly people in America are worried about TikTok with 170 million users. But if we're talking about billions of people that download this, it was the main app that was being downloaded, right, in the Apple Store. I mean, this is very, very worrying, okay? And that's why it's a risk, and you don't want to go there, particularly if you have crypto. The fact is, where does this data go? How do they get in? They could get in your system, and you just don't want to use it. It's Chinese, and it's a big security risk, and I think it should be shut down. That's my view. Okay, too risky. It's all about data, as Lizzie says, all about data. Okay, what else? Stock tweets. DeepSeek's chat box flopped in a NewsGuard audit, scoring just 17% accuracy in a new test, right? It failed 83% of the time, ranked 10 out of 11 of other chat boxes, and repeated false claims 30% of the time, while giving vagueness or useless answers in over half the cases. That's pretty scary. If people are using this AI for, fact finding, and the facts are not right, you see what I'm saying? The Chinese can literally deliver their own view of the world that's not true. And that's scary stuff, okay? Indoctrination. And that's very frightening. So please, everyone, do not use this AI, okay? It's dangerous. And where does that data go? I suspect the Chinese are downloading all the data from the rest of the world and running all sorts of algorithms with maybe potentially malicious intent. And that's scary. Really scary. All right, what else we have? I love X, it's great. Also, just speaking of X, Elon Musk is now partnered with Visa. Then they're going to put that on X. I mean, clearly, Mr. Musk wants X to be a cryptocurrency exchange. It's as simple as that, right? And they'll use Dodge and every other particular specific coin that, that they approve, right? Now, Mr. Trump, with World Liberty Exchange, accumulates more altcoins. And the ones that he's buying is Ethereum, yuck, Tron we love, Link we love, Aave, and Meta or Holdings, which I don't know what that is. That's minute something or other. So these are the ones we need to focus on, right? Tron, clearly, and Link. It's as simple as that. If the president of America is buying those, and we need to buy as well, clearly. Now, Tron's making a fortune, so Solano. If you go to this one, look on chain, Tron has just minted another billion US on Tron Network after a month. They're doing huge things and they're bigger than anyone, okay, over and above Ethereum or anyone. We look at Solano. This is a terrific source, Artemis, I think it's called. Solano, average revenue for, 24 hours is bringing in $18 million. And don't forget, Tron's bringing in more. And we compare it to Ethereum at 3.54. The question is, you got to ask yourself, why is the valuation of Ethereum at $3,000 when the valuation of Solano, is 230, or the valuation of Link is $22, or the valuation of Tron is 0.24 cents, and yet Tron, Link, Solano, and not to speak about other networks, are making so much money more than Ethereum. And Ethereum is not growing, okay? People are not using the platform for ICOs or whatever you want to call it, right? You've got to question those valuations in the market. They are not right. Revenue is everything. These networks are like a business, right? If you don't earn revenue and your costs are higher, how can you update your network technology? It's as simple as that. Clients is everything in a business. Clients, right? Revenue paying clients. Now, the problem is with XRP, I've said it before, they're not earning the revenue to justify their valuation of $3 or $3.30, right? It's not sustainable. As the crypto market becomes smarter and they start looking at revenue, client numbers, activities on the network, the fees being generated, whatever, if you're not bringing the revenue, you're going to go broke as a business, right? XRP is not sustainable. Listen to my words. The valuation of where it is not sustainable, right? Because they are not bringing in the revenue of some of the other mainnets and networks that I've mentioned. It's as simple as that. What else we got? Oh, back to that. All right. So let's go grab yourself a coffee, whatever, and let's go to Live Coin Watch and see what's going on today and see what we can glean from those figures. I'm just waiting for, excuse me, something went down the wrong way. I'm just waiting for my videos to render so that I can show you all my videos today, but bear with me. So grab a cup of coffee, take a break, and I'll be back with you in a sec. Thank you. Now, like CoinWatch at the moment, overview is 3.47, what is it, trill? Sorry, is it bill or trill? Trill. So many numbers here, people. I just get confused sometimes. Volume's lows at 105 bill. Liquidity is excellent at 10.4 bill. We have seen liquidity at a high of about 12 bill, and I look at that quite a lot. Yes, we have seen some selling, but it's not aggressive selling given the liquidity is still at 10.438. Bitcoin dominance 58.3, starting to come down at 58 to 60% dominance of the whole crypto market. When there's 45 million coins and tokens, that dominance is very high, okay? So basically you'd expect Bitcoin now to start underperforming some other specific altcoins like Solano, Tron, Link, AVAX, and so on. XRP dominance looks like coming down way too high, no revenue, 5.06%, Ethereum 10.51, Tron 0.59, Link 0.41, and Solano 3.19, and Bitcoin Cash 0.23, which I'm looking at very closely because Bitcoin Cash is way too cheap to where Bitcoin is. And you can see that in the last rally of relativities. Bitcoin got to a high and Bitcoin Cash was around $4,500 per unit. And that's why we're in Bitcoin Cash as well. Bitcoin at the moment is 102,230. Ethereum 31022 too high. It's always going to continue to underperform Bitcoin. Bitcoin is our index. So you want to be in stuff that's going to outperform Bitcoin, okay? But this thing is bad. XRP is extremely toppy. It's down like 4% at 305. It's a big sell. Solano 228. Binance 664, very cheap, both those. Dodge 0.32, ADA too expensive, not any income revenue, 0.92. Tron 0.23, very cheap. Link, very cheap at 22.78. We've got AVAX at 32.67. Stellar way too expensive at 39, doesn't earn any revenue, hardly any. HBAR 0.30 consolidating. Again, BCH 407, very cheap, and Pepe is very cheap at 0.5012. And that doesn't worry me. Pepe had a lot of leverage in there. People have taken their profits and ran. And now what we'll see is the big traders again accumulating larger Pepe positions. As I said, there's 43 million tokens which don't have their own mainnet. They use someone else's, okay? But Pepe is the one, okay, out of 43 million, 46 million now of new cryptos in the market, like overall, right? So yeah, anyway, let's go. I'll go through the videos. I've just got to wait for everything to spool and I'll be back to you. Thank you. Grayscale's Ethereum-led the trust fund had an outflow of 84.2 million. And there's other funds like Fidelity, which also drew out another 68.5 million, which means people are selling. And it means that they've sort of believed that Ethereum's not going to do that much, okay? Bitwise also saw outflows of 4.2 million. So people are actually going to Bitcoin rather than Ethereum, and also they're buying Litecoin, which I'm having a look at now. We might buy some Litecoin for our investment portfolio. So I'm just looking at that technically as well. It is the second, they call it the second coin, silver Bitcoin. That's what they used to call it. So Ethereum's not doing very well, and there's a lot of reasons not to be in Ethereum, okay? It's as simple as that. So what else we got here? So yeah, in contrast, if you look at it compared to the Bitcoin ETF funds, which are just going up and up and up and up and up, okay? So yeah, there's a lot of negativity about Ethereum and the foundation, and people are not getting on, and the developers are not getting on, and yeah, people are leaving. Yeah, there's a lot of internal interruption going on with Ethereum and its network. And mind you, the fees are just as high as ever, and yet they've had supposedly patches and development and network changes to try and reduce the fees. But the model, the way Ethereum works, it's impossible to reduce the fees, because if you want to get something done, you've got to pay mega fees, okay? It's as simple as that. If we look at Solana compared to Ethereum, Solana is making as much or more money than Ethereum. The question is, why isn't Solana priced there and Ethereum lower, or Link, for example? And this is about valuation, people. And I know I keep banging on about it, but it's so important, okay? Solana has more revenue than Ethereum. And, people are saying that it could easily go 3 times or 4 times or 5 times. And I believe the same thing for Link. Link is earning a lot of fees, has a great client base with all the financials and all the banks and all the crypto tokens and everything else, and crypto coins. So you've got to question the valuations in this market at the moment. And it's a reflection of this market being very immature. I have to say that. Again, Solana, 18 million compared to Ethereum at 3.54 million in revenue. And, it's just not sustainable where Ethereum is in terms of market price, okay? Not sustainable at all. And the same thing for Link. I mean, the businesses are earning a lot in fees. They're profitable businesses, okay? And, it's very clear to me in the, this year, where specific crypto coins are going to go. And I believe Link will outperform this market, and Bitcoin and everything else. Certainly Solana will as well, but also the stuff that we're holding in our investment portfolio. Okay, there's a lot of negativity about, deep seek, and I think the US will probably cancel that, and all our AIs that we hold, our coins in our investment portfolio, I think will do very well. Now, Mr. Musk has also gone into partnership with Visa, and this is his vision. X, he wants to make that a cryptocurrency exchange. So that's why we hold Dodge as well, because if he makes a cryptocurrency exchange, his base currency is going to be Dodge. And that's, and Mr. Musk is very smart. He could actually retire some of the Dodge supply, burn it, and then subsequently the coin goes up. Just like Justin Sun that burnt a whole lot of Tron the other day, just like Binance that burnt a whole lot of Binance coin. And you don't need to be a rocket scientist. They're taking supply out of the market. The coin has to go up. Plus, they're earning revenue. Okay, it's all Binance got what 400 million clients, and the next exchange near them is Bitgate. It's got 100 million. So, Mr. Musk wants to do clearly a cryptocurrency exchange, and he's getting all the registration in place and the regulatory compliance and everything else to do that. And also he's got the ear of the US President, Mr. Trump. So it's a great story, and yeah, it's going to be very interesting. What happens this year? But I think it's going to be huge, absolutely huge. And I'll say it now, I do believe China is going to get rid of their rule about people not being able to buy crypto in China. I think they'll have to turn that around and allow people to buy, because things in China are so bad, okay? The Chinese market's way down, and people are buying Bitcoin in Hong Kong, okay? So I think China will reverse that, and with that, we're going to see the crypto market go from 3.7 trillion to, God knows, now 10 trillion. Okay, so yeah, look, anyway, that's all I want to say for yesterday. I'm sorry I had some technical issues yesterday. I couldn't download anything. Michael, I'm working on your subtitles. I know you don't, your base, your home language is German. So I've been using Pictory, which is a bit different to Lumen. Pictory is better but cheaper. But I'm still got to work out how to do all that. So bear with me on that one. And thank you very much for your patience. Please, everyone, look after yourself. Please look after your family, your friends, your beautiful partners, your beautiful animals, and other people in the world, and the environment and animals, just to make this place a better world. Thank you very much for listening.